can't handle the truth.
And guys, today I want to talk about the story that Adrian Walker broke in today's Globe. What seems like, I think I can use the word, a shakedown attempt on the part of Reverend Eugene Rivers and Reverend Bruce Wall of Keolis, the French company that's going to be running the commuter rail service. Of course, as you guys know, and as our viewers will know, they popped an invoice on Keolis, apparently out of the blue, including things like $10,000 for meeting with DRM team, that's Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan team, and Keolis Director of Communications and Consultant Michael McCormick to review strategic proposals for implementing the 9-point plan. Again, $10,000 for that. What do you guys make of this story? Is it just a shameless shakedown attempt? Is it something more?
I think the word shakedown and the word shameless is really out of line. I mean,
I apologize.
Reverends Rivers and Wall have clearly read the recent Supreme Court decisions, which say that money in politics is as American as apple pie, and they're just following the spirit of that.
Trying to give Keolis a chance to speak, you could say. Right?
To speak to the tune of $105,000.
Yeah. Are you equally sanguine, David?
Yeah, this does not look very good. And, you know, Reverend Rivers has had an important place in Boston over a period of many years, but in recent years has really sort of drawn some trouble to himself and does not seem to be able to avoid putting himself into more situations that look bad.
Well, and we should say explicitly, you know, recently he upbraided communities of color for not voting in the mayor's race, and then it was revealed, I believe, by Adrian Walker, right? That Rivers hadn't voted.
That originally, but then he pushed this story. Yeah.
You know, I hate to paraphrase Sarah Palin here, but you know, you guys in the mainstream media are just out to get the guy.
Lamestream media.
Lamestream media. I'm sorry. Okay, you're just out to get him.
Well, the thing is that it's unfortunate to me that Rivers and Wall, for this kind of thing, you know, they make the black community look like they're trying to shake down, you know, that they're not actually interested in serious issues around public transportation, around jobs, you know, job equity. You know,
well, and Wall, I talked to Wall recently. He's been very active, sort of saying that not enough attention has been paid to violence in the inner city in the wake of the Boston Marathon bombings. A case I think he makes pretty well. So again, this.
Well, I think Reverend Wall on that point and many others is 100% correct. I'm not sure being involved with this sort of out-of-the-box thinking is going to help him. Listen, I think that this may reveal, too, a sort of uneasiness on the part of the previously politically powerful reverends in the African-American community. There's a new generation of elected political officials coming up who are sort of usurping their influence.
Ayanna Pressley, Linda Dorsina-Forey.
John Barrows. And I would, just as a final point, sort of throw in there that it may be that Reverend Rivers has grown accustomed to people not going public with these sorts of things, and here is sort of a brand new group into the Boston scene. Yep. It sounds like the woman I believe he was dealing with, Leslie, is new.
On the invoice, Leslie On.
Leslie On is sort of new to, and they're willing to just go public and tell Adrian Walker this is what happened, you know, from their point of view, which may have come as a surprise to the Reverend, who may be used to, you know, people keeping this sort of thing quiet to avoid trouble with the black community.
So in other words, it's a sign of progress that political that diversity can now be equated with political chicanery. It's a step forward.
I mean, Callie, Crossley, I really wanted to get your take on, what do we call it, Keolisgate?
Yes.
L'affaire Keolis. I don't know what the right way to talk about it. The right way to name it is. What was your reaction when you read Adrian Walker's column this morning?
Well, of course, you know, lots of us have heard many things through the years, you know, from people who do not want to go on the record about Gene Rivers and dealings in the past. Don't know what to say about Bruce Wall, unaware of that. I'm a little sad about that, his involvement in this case. I think that, you know, if the goal was, and it wasn't, I don't read, as I read it, to really make sure that diversity was on the table, that now Keolis is completely inoculated against any inquiries around that issue, because all of this craziness surrounding them makes it look like this was just some greed, quid pro quo thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this
not
is
a matter of
serious
principle.
issue. To look at who's going to be hired and how what positions they're going to hold in a city that is majority minority. And this is serious. And I think, as far as they are concerned now, they've been taken off the table by bringing this to light. I mean.